Hey, what's up guys, Matt here. Today I'll be reviewing the Aeromexico 787-9 Dreamliner in the Quetzalcoatl Livery by JC Wings in a 1 to 200 scale. Now, I will use this as an excuse. I have a bit of a headache, so and this is one of the few times that I have available to record an unboxing video. So if I do miss anything, I'll just use it as my excuse. So if you do miss anything throughout this video, please check the description below. My social media links are all down there. I pre-ordered this from the JC Wings distributor based in New Zealand. This is my 26th 787 model and it's my second Aeromexico model. Some information about Aeromexico. Their base is out of Torre MAPFRE in Mexico City, Mexico. Their main hub is Mexico City International Airport and secondary hub is Monterrey International Airport, with focus cities including Cancun International Airport, Guadalajara International Airport, and Tijuana International Airport. They were founded on the 14th of September 1934 as the predecessor Aeronaves de Mexico. They commenced operations on the 1st of October 1988 as Aerovias de Mexico before settling with Aeromexico sometime later. The fleet size as of the 23rd of February 2018 consists of 132 aircraft, 16 of which are 787s, 9 are 787-8s, and 7 are 787-9s with 7 787-9 orders. There's a lot of 7s there. They serve 106 destinations worldwide, and their current 787-9 routes are from Mexico City to Amsterdam, Buenos Aires, London Heathrow, Madrid Barajas, New York JFK, Paris Charles de Gaulle, Santiago, Sao Paulo Guarulhos, and Tijuana. This aircraft's first flight was on the 21st of September 2016 and delivered to Aeromexico on the 11th of October 2016. It was the first 787-9 to enter Aeromexico's fleet, and the Boeing customer code for Aeromexico is 52. Okay, so taking a look around the box here. So you can see the design of the livery, the Quetzalcoatl livery. When I did a Panama Canal cruise last year, about April, Boeing license there and JC Wings logo, and I was in one of the Central American countries, I believe it was Guatemala. And I had no idea what Quetzalcoatl meant, so I asked one of the people there, and they said, it was all to do with the, the culture and everything around, the earlier people that were there. It's all about the deity relating to pre-Hispanic Mexico. And there is the model. Alright guys, the model is now out of the box and we're going to start at the cockpit windows on the port side. Using a little bit of a new setup here, so things are going to be acting differently behind the camera in terms of how I set everything. Sorry about this. There we go. Alright, so we have the Skyteam logo because Aeromexico are a member of Skyteam, which is a group of 20 airlines. Cockpit windows, window wipers. Difficult to see, but there are some pitot tubes and static ports. ADL, part of the registration on the gear door. And you see the livery is the entire length of the aircraft, which is pretty cool. Aeromexico titles and the Mexican flag because Aeromexico is the flag carrier of Mexico. And there's the landing light on the inboard side of the wing. It's really cool, those colors of the livery. And now down onto the engine. This is the General Electric GENX-1B, and of course there is the aircraft name Quetzalcoatl on the nacelle, as well as Aeromexico's logo. Engine's very detailed as well. Those lines that you saw on the outside, those are the markings for the different sections of the nacelle. So you've got the front part, which is the inlet, and then you got you had the translating cowl, and you got the cowl flap that opens up so you can actually access the engine. All those different parts all marked and lined out, which is pretty cool. There's the strake on the inboard side of the engine nacelle. Fan blades, they do spin. There's that landing light. There's realistic lights, and the engine on this side spins as well. There's the strake. There we go. Landing lights and the nose gear lights. Get to no nose gear lights, but that's okay. Okay, continuing down. To the wingtip. We have the red navigation light, and it's very, very tiny marking. You can't really see it on here, which is for the strobe light. And back onto the fuselage, we see the livery continued. All the different animals and everything. I'll go into the livery in a second. But there's the Dreamliner logo. Registration number XA-ADL or X-Ray Alpha Alpha Delta Lima. And then the Aeromexico logo on the tail, and part of the registration number. So this livery here is, zoom out so you can see it all. It's called the Quetzalcoatl Livery, and it was painted to show Mexico's culture and tradition, displaying the deity of pre-Hispanic Mexico, as I mentioned before. The name translates to English as Feather Serpent, and is the Aztec god of wind and wisdom. Okay, so now we are gonna take a look at the APU. This camera needs to find its feet. It has fortunately no macro mode, but anyway. APU looks very good and detailed as usual. Strobe light on either side. There and there, just the markings. Alright, now we head on to the cockpit windows on the starboard side. We also have the pitot tube static port Skyteam logo. Part of the registration on the gear door. Aeromexico titles, Mexican flag. It might be difficult to see, but right here is the outline for the front cargo container door. Okay, so have to give it a little help here. There's the engine, Quetzalcoatl, Aeromexico logo. Green navigation light. Back on the fuselage, we have the rear cargo container door. If you cannot see that, that is right here. Dreamliner logo, and then It's probably on the other side, and I probably missed it, but there is a bulk bin door usually. XA-ADL, the registration number, and the Aeromexico logo on the tail. Okay, let's take a look underneath the aircraft now. Again, it seems like it needs another help to focus. Alright, there we go. Nose gear and the doors, of course. I should probably go back to manual focus because I think that was a lot better. Anyway, NACA ducts, anti-collision lights, hold for the stand, main gears, gear doors. Underneath the wings, flaps, slats, ailerons. There's the fuel dump valve. Underneath those engines, they're very, very detailed. Of course, I didn't mention before, but I've mentioned it many times in the past. The chevrons, or the saw teeth, or whatever you want to call them. Chevrons to me, though, you know, they of course help mix the. Same on the side with the registration number. They help mix the cooler bypass air with the combustion air a lot more cleanly, a lot more smoothly, which helps increase fuel efficiency and also decreases the amount of noise pollution that exits the engine. Now onto the top of the aircraft, emergency escape hatch for the pilots, anti-collision lights, cut in case of emergency tab, antenna, the SATCOM, another emergency tab, a couple of ADF antennas. On top of the wing, the no step markings, as well as the flap slats, ailerons and spoilers. Continuing down, we have the that was the Wi-Fi box, not the SATCOM. Of course, that's the SATCOM. I was wondering what I was missing. So that's SATCOM. Couple more antennas, and then on the horizontal stabilizers, we have a grey dot on each one, and they are the logo lights that light up the tail at night time. Okay, now with that out the way, we can go on to some of the features and also the seating of the aircraft. We will start with seating. Alright, so apologies if the wing is a little in the way of the windows at the back of the aircraft, but it shouldn't make too much difference. Premier 36 flatbed seats, rows 1 to 10. That is from the front of the aircraft to about midway, about here somewhere. And then we have AM Plus, 27 seats, rows 12 and 14 to 15. That is, very short, about there to there. And then from here to the back of the aircraft is main cabin economy, 211 seats, rows 16 to 40, with a total of 274 seats. Now some features of the model. Landing gear mostly rolls. Typically with these models, not all of them roll, which is unfortunate, but that's just how things have become. Wish they weren't like that though, considering the price. Anyway, tilting, obviously in the takeoff or touchdown position right there. And then the nose gear does swivel. So that's all those features out the way. And now we take a look at the stand. There we go. So these are going to be replaced over time, of course. The wooden stands are going to be phased out for the metal stands, and JC Wings will not be putting plaques on them, which is unfortunate because that's what makes them so much better from other companies like Gemini Jets. But anyway, Aeromexico 787-9, scale 1 to 200. Nothing really on the bottom there. And we've got the blue film. I'll just remove that. And there's the padding on top of the stand, so the model does not get scratched underneath. And there it is on the stand. It looks fantastic on the stand. Brings up a little bit. The gears, of course, are magnetic and can easily be removed. And put them in the approach tilting position, or their hanging position. And there are gear doors here to use, if you wish. If that's how you want to display your model. Alright. So, this is coming to the end of the video now. I hope you have enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did. Comment, tell me what you think of this model. Tell me if you're going to get it, you know, if you already have it, what is it like for you? For me, it's fantastic. I don't think this scares them properly. Anyway. Yeah, subscribe, of course, for more. Share this video as well so other people can know about this model and see if they want to get it. I would recommend it. It looks fantastic. Definitely something to spice up your collection. I do have a couple more Aeromexico models on the way. A 787-9 in their standard livery and the 777-200. I believe it's an ER. Because they just retired those and I had to get one. So yeah, so those are on the way from Aeromexico. Anyway guys, I do hope you have enjoyed and I'll see you next time.